powerful functions in Excel that everybody should know how to use is pivot tables. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how to use them. Before we get started, don't forget to download the data that is linked to the top of the description. And once you have the data downloaded and opened, come over here to our tab that's labeled Employees. As you can see, we have a table of data for a small company that includes the employee ID, employee name, department, role, yearly salary, years with company, and 2024 grade. And what we want to do is we want to break down a couple of the variables like yearly salary and their 2024 grade by department and by role. And a great way to do this is with a pivot table. To insert a pivot table, all we have to do is select all of our data, and then we're going to come up here to the Insert tab, hit Pivot Table, and then we are going to make sure Add This to Data Model is checked. And then we have the option to add this pivot table to a new worksheet or an existing worksheet. To be honest, I usually just use a new worksheet because that's cleaner and that's what works for me. Before we get started, let's go ahead and rename our tab. Let's go ahead and double click right here, and we will just call this tab Employee Pivot. So there are actually a million different things that you can do with pivot tables, and I'm not going to try to cover them all, but after this video, you'll know how to create a pivot table like we just did and how to use it in common ways that I do as a senior analyst. So right here in this block, this is where we're going to start building. If we click somewhere else in the worksheet, it makes the pivot table editor go away. So if we wanted to edit data somewhere else in this worksheet, that's how we would do it. But obviously for this video, we want to build a pivot table, so let's make sure that we've selected a cell right here. If you look over here to the right to these pivot table fields, here you'll be able to find all of the columns that we have from our table, and below there you'll be able to see 4 boxes labeled filters, rows, columns, and values. Now that we've looked at the layout, let's just jump right in. Let's say that we want to find the total yearly salary for each department. The first thing we're going to do is find department in our pivot table fields, and we're going to select it and we're going to drag it to rows. And now if you look over here to the left, you'll see executive, HR, IT, and marketing. Now all we have to do is we will select yearly salary and we will drag it to values. And now we can see the total yearly salary for each one of our departments. And just for some formatting, I'm going to select all of these cells and I'm going to hit this $sign, and then I'm going to remove the decimal places so that way it's formatted more correctly. So this is the total salary spent for each department. So we could even change the name of this column right here and say total salary by department if we wanted to. You can go ahead and pull this to the right. But there's also some different measures that we can do here. While we're still selected on our pivot table, if we come back down here to our values and click this little arrow, here we can select value field settings. Here we have a lot of different ways that we can look at this. We could look at count, which counts the number of rows. So this would give us the number of salaries listed in our table by department. We have the average, that would give us the average salary for each department. The max and min, which would give us the most or least yearly salary, and then there's several other options as well. Just for the heck of it, let's select average and see what our average salary is by department. And as we can see, it looks like our executives get paid a lot more than everybody else. Typically what you would find in a company, usually you're going to find that the CEO, CTO are going to be the highest paid. And then sadly, we can see that HR is the lowest paid. And in case we had more values and it wasn't as easy to see where the most salary and the least salary was, all we have to do is right click on one of these values, come and hover over sort, and then we will choose largest to smallest. And now this makes it a little bit more visually obvious about which department gets the highest paid and which is the lowest. Now there are other ways to do this, but usually if I want to create another pivot table, all I do is select the first one, Control C to copy, and then I will click Control V to paste it. And now I can start building something else to look at another number. Instead of salary, for this one, we are going to look at their 2024 grade. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the yearly salary from our values. And then we're going to click and drag the 2024 grade into values. This automatically created a sum, but adding these up doesn't really tell us much. So let's come down here to value field settings again. And once again, I'm going to choose the average. Let's go ahead and sort this from largest to smallest again. Again, that just makes it a lot easier. And as we can see, the executives are rated a 5. I would guess they probably rated themselves. IT is a 5. HR averages a 4. And then marketing sadly averages a 3. This is still formatted to currency. Let's go up here and select number instead because this is not money. One other thing I'm going to show you that's incredibly useful is if we want to look first at the department and what the average salary and average grade was, but then we want to dig a little bit deeper and see what the average salary and average grade is for each role. To do this, let's go ahead and select this pivot table and we will come down here to role, and we're going to also put it in rows, but we are going to put it below department. So now we can see the average salary for each role within each department, and then if we collapse all of these, we're able to once again see the average salary by department. So this is really great because we may see, oh, marketing makes $116,000 a year on average for the average employee. Let's dig in here a little deeper. And obviously we don't have a lot of data here to work with, but if we were working with hundreds or thousands of rows of data, this really makes things easier to find insights and make decisions, whatever you need to do. Now we'll do the same thing over here. Let's pull role down here below department. And just like before, we're able to dig in a little bit deeper. So as we noted before, we can see that marketing is the lowest. So if the CEO is looking at this table and they want to see why is marketing the lowest, they could click here and be like, okay, our managers have a 4. That's pretty good, but our employees are only getting an average ranking of a 3. Maybe that means that our manager is not very good at hiring. They're just good at their own job, and maybe that's something we need to dig into. I'm not going to dig into this columns box because I hardly use it, but if you were wanting to dig in, you're able to create columns as well as rows. Usually I don't think you want to do them at the same time except for specific circumstances because as you can see it gets really confusing. But this is another useful function to know, but again, I never use it. I just use values, rows, and filters. And with that said, let me show you one last example of how you might use a filter. Coming back to our data, let's say that we want to look at the grades again, but this time we want to filter and only look at people that are over $150,000 in salary, because if they're making $150,000, we expect a lot more of them than we do of the lower paid employees. All we have to do over here is we will pull yearly salary into the filters, and now we can see there is a new box that popped up right here. We can select this down arrow and we're going to click select multiple items, and here we can filter for whatever salaries that we're looking for. There's other quicker ways usually to filter, but since we just have a few rows of data, we will just manually sort out everybody that doesn't make $150,000 a year. And now we can see that our average grade for people that make at least $150,000 a year is a 5. And as we can see, it also bumped all of these numbers up. And as the owner of the company, if we're at least hitting a 4 in every department for people that are making at least $150,000, we'll take it. Anyway, I hope this video helped. I didn't show you every single thing that a pivot table can do. I showed you how to create a pivot table and then how I commonly use pivot tables. So feel free to go check out some other videos if you want to dig deeper. And if you want to be a great Excel user, be sure to go check out all of the other Excel videos in my Excel playlist. And then if you want to be a data analyst or Excel wizard, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I post a brand new video every single week, helping you become the best data analyst that you can be. And with that, I'll see you next week.